This week's edition of Tuesday Talk. Do you ever wonder how you stack up as a parent or a grandparent? Are things like being a helicopter parent or maybe having high expectations good or bad for the kids? We wanted to bring back parenting expert Dr. Debbie Gilboa and our friend Aaron Kleiber, comedian and dad to 30.
And parenting expert.
And parenting
expert.
Right.
Not
if you're a parent,
Not
you're
true.
an expert, right?
In your kids.
Right.
Exactly.
With the first, you're like, no, that can't
Well,
be true.
okay, no, let's be fair. You're more of an expert before you have kids. Then
Right.
you're totally
That's
a parenting
true.
expert, right?
I have a lot
everything.
of friends like that are
Yes.
like, we're thinking about having kids, but here's what you should do about yours. Yeah.
I remember seeing a kid, a parent asking a kid, do you want chicken nuggets or French fries tonight? And I'm thinking, that will never be my kid.
never.
Oh, yeah, no, it's us.
Yeah.
Chicken
It's-
nuggets
I'll say,
every night.
have both, honey.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
Eat something.
We're going to
Eat
try
something.
asparagus, and we don't eat asparagus anymore.
Well, here's the thing. I think we can all share stories about our kids. We're all in the thick of it. If you're a grandparent and helping to raise them, funny things have happened, bad things have happened, great things have happened, but it all makes you question how you're really doing.
So I actually think that one of the problems we have is that people think like, I'm a good parent if my child likes me. And I think it's a better litmus test to say, I'm doing okay if most of the time I like my kid.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't mean I always like their behavior. Reliably, I don't
That's
like
a
their
really
behavior.
good way to put it, because I really like my kids.
Right. Which
They're
means-
good little people.
Right.
Oh, that's
You're
good.
Probably
Yeah.
doing a pretty good job. And it does. We don't like anybody all the time, I think.
Right.
But
Right.
if you can say, like, in general, yeah, I like them. And when you don't, because my kids are now 16 down to 10, so
Oh, so
you go
that's
through
questionable
phases.
sometimes.
No, but you go through phases where you're like, oh, I don't totally love this, or I don't like that. Then it should make us wonder, like, okay, what could I be doing differently then?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I read this article this morning, and it said that there are like 13 things in common that lead you to believe that you're going to have successful children or that you're doing a good job. And
Is denial one of them?
probably, yes. So one of the things is giving chores. You're giving them responsibilities.
Yes,
I know you've
please.
talked about that
Yes,
before.
please.
Absolutely.
Hallelujah.
My kids have chores before
Good.
You
school
have to
sometimes.
pick that up. You can't do anything else until you pick. Okay, so set high expectations.
That's not even such a high expectation. Only recently has that become a high expectation. That
Yeah,
you can take out the
I never
garbage.
understand that where
That's not
people
like
say
top
like
of your CV.
Yeah,
Right.
like, oh, they have to do their homework, and that's high expectation. I'm like, what?
No,
How
that's
about
just
normal things?
Used to be baseline.
Chores,
work
eating
ethic.
dinner,
Right.
homework. That's normal things.
Not being a jerk.
Yeah.
developing a relationship with your kids. This is something else you should do, so that they know that they can come and talk to you.
Right, which is probably the other litmus test is if they're really struggling, are you one of the people who helps them feel better? And if you are, and sometimes you make them feel worse because of the way you hold your spoon. But what I mean is, right, I mean, honestly, but if you get to that, if you realize like, when my kid is sick or unhappy or struggling, I'm one of their comfort places.
Sure.
Even if in that moment they don't behave the best, then probably you're doing a good job.
Okay, so the other thing, and I thought this was interesting because a lot of people have opinions about this. If you are less stressed as a parent, meaning like you're not a helicopter parent, your kids are going to pick up on that and actually be more relaxed and have a better chance of succeeding. But I don't know. A lot of people think that they should be helicopter parents, that they should be there every step of the way.
That's one of our biggest fears, is that we're too much of helicopter parents, and we try to back off a little bit, but also it's like it's. You see you need to back off when they start being like, oh my goodness, we're going to be late. I'm like, you're 3. Why are you worried about being late?
Oh, wait, that would be me.
Yeah, we should
Reflection of me.
probably chill out so that our 3-year-old's not like, we're not going to be on time. This is ridiculous. Like when they start quoting you, that's bad.
They're always going to quote
Like,
you.
what time is it? This is ridiculous.
Which is a good way
That's
to
what I
not
say.
say something super bad in front of your kids. Say it in front of grandma.
It's really hard, yeah.
But I actually think that we can't control if our kids actually are relaxed or anxious as people. That's a lot to put on parents. We can't control that. But it does help them to have faith in themselves if you show that you have faith in their ability to handle stuff that comes up.
Right.
And we do need them to be successful. They have to grow into adults who can handle themselves. We have to let them try.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I think letting
Back
go is
off
the
the
hardest
helicopter.
thing. Yeah, or now, helicoptering is not even good enough, right? Because you're way up there. How can snowplow?
Oh, it's
Smooth
snow
every
plowing.
bump out of-
Snowplow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it is?
It's a
Yeah,
new
smooth
term.
every bump out of the way.
No.
And it doesn't help. Right?
No.
Instead of preparing the world for our kids, we got to prepare our kids for the world.
That's what I say all
That's
the
a great
time
way to
when
think
we're
about it.
we're hard on our kids. I say we just want you to be great people in the world. That's what we tell them, and that's like,
Aaron.
and
So
they're
that's
like,
why you steal their wallet.
yes, that's why I steal their candy at Halloween. I'm like,
Right.
you're gonna realize there's garbage people out there,
Yeah.
and your daddy's one of them. So
Exactly.
just
You're
preparing
welcome.
You.
Yes.
So let's talk about when our kids embarrass us, because sometimes usually it happens in public.
Yes.
So how do you handle it? How do you handle those situations and explain to them, you know, sometimes in those very awkward moments.
I turn it into stories and tell it on stage, and then people give me money.
That works for you, though. Actually, works for you.
We just tell people about it, and they want us to come back.
And actually, I have said to my kids, so can I talk about this on
Yes.
TV? And they will button it up like that. They're like, nope, nothing happened, nothing to see here.
My kids are little enough now where they're going to hear some things later, and they're like, I can't believe you told people that.
My mom still reminds me to this day about me commenting on a woman's hair in church when I was very little, very loudly, and it was embarrassing to both her and then the woman. So, you
But
know.
actually, because we're going to embarrass our kids so much as they get older, it's probably good to model how we want them to handle that.
Yeah.
Right? So when they embarrass us, when they ask something, or you know, just a random example from someone else's life that I would know nothing about, when you're at a fancy dinner party and your child decides to nature pee indoors at the potted tree.
Nice.
In the fancy
Plastic tree
white,
pee.
fancy white living room.
Plastic tree pee, the PTP.
Do you know those things also have holes in the bottom of the bucket?
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, so just pro tip.
For no reason.
Right, for no, I mean, I heard about it. It's probably happened to someone.
New different potpourri underneath there.
So you find out where they keep their
Yeah, my
paper
son
towels.
also,
Right,
it is my son, it is my life. He peed all over, are we allowed to say pee? He peed all over a Chick-fil-A bathroom. I'm not telling you the location. Because he had to go so bad, and the urinal was too hot.
So as soon as he came
He's
into
like a
the
little
room,
cherub
It
fountain.
was like a hose in a room, like on Saturday Night Live when they pull the hose out and it's just spraying the set down. That's what it felt like, and I'm just like, I don't even know. We got to go. I don't even know.
So wherever it is, you never go there
Do I
anymore.
call a
either.
hazmat? I don't know. And we just laughed. And I was like, well, I don't know what to say. We're just going to say that
But people there don't get paid enough.
Yeah, no.
That's what we
we
Wallpaper.
we had an explosive diaper at Disney, and that was fun, and a very nice restaurant. That was fun.
Explosive diaper
was
at Disney.
a
That's going to be her
whole-
biography.
Yeah, a whole outfit change. So that was fun
Yes.
for both of us.
Yeah.
Thank you
Because
guys.
parenting is classy.
It is. It's
Take
so
an extra
classy.
outfit.
Yeah.
For everyone.
Yes. Yes.
Thanks to our panelists, and check out where you can find Aaron Kleiber doing stand-up, hearing more about his kids' embarrassing moments and other projects around town on his podcast and website, growndadbusiness.com. For more of Dr. G's helpful advice, parenting advice, check out her books and her website, askdrg.com, and watch every Tuesday for our Tuesday Talk session. Next week, we discuss when is it too early to decorate for Christmas.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Not yet.
We'll be right back with